First carry for Nick Chubb, and they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Check. Lucky.
Great.
That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed
Yeah,
home,
give me
and
that.
they'll stop him behind the line.
Let's go.
It's a loss of 2, now
Girl,
third down.
girl quiet. Because y'all need these phones, man. Don't be shit with y'all goddamn electronics on. Alright.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Check 24.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. In a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35.
How are you running the goddamn?
He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their
ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Would have one pick the ball off.
Yeah. That's the wood.
Oh man. All right, D.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And he slides to avoid the hit. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Here's the first carry for Dwayne Washington. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The
Thomas, like he's scared to get open.
Often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down now, it's Brooks. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Would have helped finish.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you
play that
control
shit.
the game.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be.
You talking about a damn jungle.
Well, all offseason, probably a
You
lot of
wrong
thought goes
league,
into that first drive of
you
week
talking
1.
about
They didn't
RW
get the
Skins
touchdown,
and
but at least
Fred.
they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
All right, let's go. Let's see, can I do something now? Shit.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it should be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs,
He had the lead. He just missed the field goal.
After they take one away,
And he let them drive down the field.
a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Watch the safety creep. Slam.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook.
It's
Running
gonna
room
block,
scarce here.
man.
He's going to be stopped in his
All
tracks
these
at the line
goddamn
of scrimmage.
old linemen off my
No gain
goddamn
on the
team.
play
Y'all
there,
don't
so they're
fucking
left
block.
with a 3rd down and 6.
Damn.
He's decent. Never talk about him.
Yeah.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check. Crunch.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's caught inside the 30.
Dang.
Touchdown.
Way to get down the goddamn field.
Traquan Smith, 77 yards.
Right.
And the Saints have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9.
Yeah, I mean, I had somebody coming, though. I know what you're talking about.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
I definitely know what you're talking about. I had 2 on trying to go cross. And one going the opposite way, the other going the other way.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole
They're
thing.
going to the goddamn Hampton game on Saturday.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tall.
Damn, he open too.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. The
See, that's why I
catch and
get
run
over
going to
that
wind
damn
up
hit
netting
stick.
him 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones.
that shit.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We came out from we came from the dirt.
Ready. 70, Indy.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tight end Herb Smith, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
That's some stingy ass grandpa. I want to get his goddamn grandkids shit. Well, you know we had to do to work for them type shoes. Man, I had a...
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal.
10 times.
3rd and goal. Here's the option left.
You motherfucker.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive,
Damn,
that touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
On the motherfucker knowing my real name is real.
Mike 54.
CJ.
Mike 54.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I know he's going to be fucked up in the head when he sees I'm going to come out and blast his ass this year. The pass king. I'm going to pick his motherfucking ass up.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater.
Damn.
Intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will take
No, I threw it to the right person that you picked. I saw him wide open up top.
So a pick 6 there.
I ain't even paying no mind.
Package, they went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base
threw it to
package
the
in the
right
NFL
guy.
is the nickel. Hard
I
to
just
throw
messed
against.
up.
That was
I ain't wait a couple of seconds and see.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
I bet you is. You're a different opponent than Powell now.
The New Orleans offense, and following the pick 6, and
I know you ain't gonna say that.
See how they attack this run.
I know what you're saying.
Guys, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help them a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let them get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB.
Y'all put him in the
First
game.
throw here
I don't want him
is
in.
incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it's going to be 2nd down.
I'd rather put the
That pass just
quarterback
a
in.
little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Wow, man.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Man, my goddamn light bill ain't came yet, man. I don't know what the fuck is that. That motherfucker trying to get my lights cut off.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. They'll throw again. Bridgewater.
Oh, my God.
And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Be up for the motherfucker that got down. Take your shit off your back and put your shit on.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Come on, man.
When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And all the way down to the 26.
Y'all defense killing me, man.
Big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
He gone, man.
From up here in the booth, looked like he started to make his cut into the middle of the field right as that ball was being released. That's how you draw it up.
Exactly how you draw it up, but you don't often get that result because...
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that.
Oh, man.
The ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. On play action, they'll throw.
You bum.
This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you at important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up the 1st down.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run.
Got a few picks. What you looking for, sir?
Territory.
Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. We'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
It sounds good now, good Get your jokes and all that off now. But when the season starts, it ain't going to be the same you said talking.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. Just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Chubb with the first down carries.
No
He'll get about 3 out of it.
Yeah.
Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, man, what's up with Winslow, man?
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. Dancing to his left.
Let me run.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Shit crazy. He's trying to run, can't run.
Oh, shit.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. Complete. Smith has it. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
You can't block me.
To throw is Bridgewater. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll keep it on the ground. Brooks. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Back to throw here. And going deep for Hill. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The Vikings send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Here's Hill on the return. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now on 2nd and 16, Bridgewater. Looking left side, and it's complete. 17 there, and a New Orleans 1st down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Switch.
Outside, bro.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So we got to cut that shit out.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They run it again with Chubb.
No fucking back.
Nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
typically we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 16, Bridgewater. That'll be complete to Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
I don't hold y'all damn block.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Bridgewater.
I mean, you don't hold yours.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Tired as hell.
3rd and goal for Bridgewater.
Oh, my goodness.
That one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
God doing.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Yeah, we up 10 with 20 seconds.
Here's a 2nd and 7. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
If they make the
Another nice
field
pick up through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let this one go deep.
Oh, man.
They get the turnover they needed.
Come on, man.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Oh, my goodness.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
I'm in front of him.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue where the game's going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long. 3rd
Oh,
and
did
15
y'all get the
to be
onside?
exact.
Damn.
On the double. 51. Hey, dude. Go.
They'll set up a throw. And Diggs has it. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch.
All right, Bears, we'll take this victory.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
We own it. We own them. Check.
Now Bridgewater. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check.
Here's Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And they let him go.
Fourth down, they're going. Bridgewater. Left side, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Oh.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
You missed the whole fucking block.
He's going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
You the fullback.
The trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
He ain't gonna make no goddamn catch. He too. Should have even think
Now
about it.
Bridgewater on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Again, it's Jones. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
No.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. But hold everything here. They might have hit the kicker. And if they did, that'll be a 1st down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They go with the option on 4th down. Left side.
Then y'all can't get
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there. Relied on the big guys up front and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
I know.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I don't even mess with that shit. I said I'm going to throw it my way the way I know how to throw it.
He'll look to throw.
They were behind the pass.
Take it in for a Viking touchdown.
I couldn't even get to that
Herb
shit.
Smith Jr. there to make the grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Take your ass with them.
Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Ah!
And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Bridgewater on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, bullshit. But it'll be 2nd down. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Damn.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Switch it. Come here, switch it. Shut up.
Throwing is Bridgewater.
And he's done.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will close the gap down to 14.
Unbelievable.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the
wide
field.
Open, then you
and it's so
jump.
important
That's
for
the
any
first
offense
thing.
to have an ace like him
Better
up their
just
sleeve,
catch the
isn't it?
ball.
Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team.
Lord.
And that should just about put a capper
How
on
can you
this
get
one.
onside?
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have
Right
that
in front of you.
onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's how it always is.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
They wait from the first.
They'll go again to Jones.
Here you go.
Somewhat awkwardly here.
Get the game over, man.
I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th.
Just tackle and let the game be over.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And the kick
Good
is
game,
good.
man.
So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
No, he is. He probably just got home.
But really, this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
Take my goddamn defeat.
So for Minnesota, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew,
he got that down
I'm
old line.
Next
They
game,
keep
guess
him
what?
down
Charles
block.
and I will be here again. It's the NFL.
All he gotta do be
on
patient and
EA Sports.
goddamn let the old line block and shit. He can run to the outside or inside, whatever it is. That's all he get. If that old line won't like that, he can't run. It's like you gotta throw some blitzes at him, especially when you know he's running or something. Yeah. Yeah. Damn. But nothing works. Sorry, I got goddamn Jamal Adams and still can't goddamn do shit with y'all. Damn. That's how they do.
No conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking. No.